Hey everyone, Danielle here. I'm going to be doing a solo playthrough of Forage, the 9-card solitaire game by Mark Tuck. So you will have 18 cards in the box, but you're going to shuffle them up and only choose 9. So we'll shuffle and then we'll do 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we'll set the rest of the cards off to the side. In this playthrough, I will not be using the recipe cards, so I'll just be playing basically the base game without the use of the recipes. Alright, so we have our 9 cards, and I will put this out of frame so it doesn't confuse anybody. And this will be our deck. We're going to put 1 card out into the center of the table. It could be in any orientation you want. I guess we'll just start off by putting it like this. And then you'll draw 2 cards into hand, which I'll just place kind of right in front of me. So, in this game, you're going to be trying to find the most optimal way to overlap these cards. Because when you overlap these cards in the best way possible, you'll be placing dice and increasing the value of the dice depending on whether or not you've overlapped them multiple times with the same type. So, to explain that better, I'm just going to start playing the game and talk through my thinking for the first few turns here. So, looking at these cards, I'm trying to match the background of each of these 6 areas with some of the areas that's already placed in the center of the table. So, in that case, like this could work because this is the same area. Because this is a split area, I could put this over here, or I could put this over here. This is another area that matches this, so I could place it on top, but that could impact the dice placement. Or I could look at this card and kind of do the same thing and think about, oh, these 2 areas match perfectly with these 2 areas and overlap them. I think in this case, I think I will go ahead and just put these cards just on top of each other. You'll notice that there are food icons on these areas, and so if any of them do overlap, you will be placing a die for that area. This greenish area will pertain to the green dice, and the brownish area will be the brown dice. So I'm placing this on top like this, putting 1 as the value for both of these areas. Now we draw a card. And now we have 2 cards again to use and place. So looking at what I have here, I might want to do something like, yeah, let's see. So maybe I could do something like this. And then this would increase to the next value of the die, which would be a 3. Or I could do something like this and put a value 1 die on each of these spaces. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then I'll draw a card. Okay. So this is pretty neat because this would work with this entire area. So for these 2, I'll be placing a 1 on top. So it'll be like this because it is covering the same food. For this one, it will be covering an area that is split, but it does have food on it, so I'll be able to place a die on it. And this doesn't have food, like a die on it yet, and so I wouldn't be able to add anything on top of that because this does not have food on it. Okay, and just to confirm that, we have the rules here. So when we're looking at the rules, it tells you exactly how you're going to place the die. So for each area with food on it that overlaps an area of the same type, if there's no die on the below area, then you'll place a die on the overlapping area with this 1 face. uppermost. But in this case, we were going to be placing an area without food on it, overlapping an area of the same type. Because there wasn't a die already on it, we don't place a die on it. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, so let's draw a die. Draw a card. And this looks pretty good like this. But yeah, I think I will. I'll increase these to 3. No die will be placed here because there is no food on this card. But it works because it's split. All right, we'll draw. A little bit tricky. So what I could do is I could put this card like this, but I'll have to place a squirrel on here. I'll lose 5 points at the end, but basically it excuses the fact that I don't have a matching area, but everything else would be able to match. So I think that's worth it. So I'll place that squirrel on top. This die value will be a 3 now. This one will be a 3. And then I'll be placing 1 die on this acorn area. We'll draw. And I think I've kind of compacted it too much for me to find a great place for me to put this. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to place it like this. No dice will be placed here, but this will increase to a 6. This will be a 3. Draw our last card. These will be the last 2 cards we will be placing. And I do want to talk through how you might place a die on a side that looks like this. So basically, for each overlapping area on the newly placed card that doesn't match the area, so say you're placing this yellow on top of a brown. If there's a die already there, then you have to remove the die and put it back into your supply. But then you get to place a mouse die on the overlapping area, and that means the mouse die has to match the area. And if no dice of the remaining of that type, you may choose to place the okay, I see. So this actually cannot be placed yet. It's only if there's no more dice. Okay, so that's better actually. Didn't catch that till now. That's good to know. All right, so instead of, because I had placed this on an area that didn't match, I have to find the matching die of the area that's on top and make it so that the mouse is face up there. But say I ran out of the brown dice and I placed an area above something that doesn't match, I would have to be forced to use the squirrel, which at that point I lose 5 points. And right now you would just lose 2 for this. Okay, so I'm glad I caught that while I was looking at the rules here. I think this is definitely a tough one. I limited myself a little bit too much. But let's make the most of it. I'll go ahead and, well, I don't think I can place anything on top of the mouse. That won't work. Yeah, sorry there's so much silence. I'm really trying to optimize my turn here. I think I'll just go ahead and put it like this. So at least I'll put a die here, and then a die here. And my last card placement will be this. And I guess I could just do this, and I'll be able to place one here and then make this into a 3. Definitely not the best play, but yeah. Alright, so to score, you'll add up the value of the dice, and then subtracting any mice, and then also subtracting 1 for any dice that are on top of a split, which actually I don't have any, so I won't need to subtract any points there. Right now I have 6, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we have 23 with these, because that's 10. And then plus 4 is 27, minus 2 is 25. So I scored 25 points in this playthrough. All right. Well, I hope you had fun watching me play. I will probably not do too many more playthroughs of this. I feel like this is just a really simple type of game that doesn't need too much instruction. But if you would like to see more playthroughs, let me know. Maybe I could do a recipe challenge or something. But in the meantime, I really hope you enjoyed this game. And yeah, let me know which of these Harvesting Trilogy games you like most. Orchard, Grove, or Forage. Because I actually think I like Grove the best so far. But yeah, maybe I'll need to play this one a little bit more and might change my mind. Alright, as always, thank you for watching. Bye.